Hello everyone. Today we are making the video on PySpark, how you can make a PySpark environment. Generally till now we have been doing in the Docker environment, but if suppose somebody don't want to do in the Docker and they want to do in a simple single cluster in their own machine, of course the downside of that is that they have to install the Hadoop and all the environments and all separately and make the connectivity going, right? Hive and all that stuff. This is what I'm showing is only a Spark environment setup. Just you can have Spark up and running in your machine. So for that, what all things you need? First thing that you need is Anaconda. Now, what is Anaconda? Anaconda Python is a packaging tool. It generally makes things a little easier by putting things together, like the installation and all the stuff is very easy. So for that only Anaconda is there. So for Anaconda, the only thing is that you have to download it. So once you go to this site, right, and you put the Anaconda, this shell, this full folder will be downloaded actually with the Anaconda name, and you have to install it like we install in any other environment, like any other Linux. So you have to go into, suppose the folder name is Anaconda 3 something, Anaconda 3.85 something, the folder which you have zipped after downloading. So first thing, you go to this location, you download the Anaconda, right, from the Anaconda distribution. You download it, you go to the site. I will give this all the detail, the steps also in the video. You just have to go download it, and once you download it, then the next thing is that you have to go into this folder like a CD and going into the download folder wherever you have downloaded, whatever your folder name is, and then inside that you will find something like a shell script like this, okay, like this, some name .sh in the main folder itself. So there what you have to do is you have to do a dot, then and that Anaconda whatever name will be there .sh. This name varies with version. It can be 3, it can be 2. Generally I have worked in 3. I can help you guys if you are having an issue with Anaconda 3. Now post Anaconda, right, Anaconda is nothing but you are installing the Python, okay. So apart from Python you also need Spark, right, because Spark itself is another software, or another, it's not a software I would say, but it's like a processing engine, right, that you need to install. So how do you do that? For that also you go to the site Spark, and once you click this one, this tgz, this is a zip file, this will be downloaded, and you can put it anywhere wherever you are comfortable. Now once it is downloaded, you extract it to any location of your choice, but that should be accessible. It should not be like only sudo is having the access. It should be accessible from anywhere, anything. Then once you've done that, right, then the next question comes that what are the tools in which I can work in that, right? So till now what we have seen is in the terminal you are doing, but in a practical scenario while you are doing a development, you will not do in a terminal, right, you will do it in different kind of IDEs. So for that what you need to do is you need to use something called, one sec, I will just show you. Yeah, so there is something called bashrc, okay. This is nothing but in the Windows you do a configuration, right, environment settings and all that. So in Ubuntu and all you do bash.rc. so that is like the file where you do that. So this is in this web memory, okay. Now for there, see, the prerequisite of a Spark to work is you should already have Java. And how do you set? Again the thing is the same, Java you have to set it up, and for me it is already in this location, and I've put these 2 lines, you forget, these are for Java setup, okay. So apart from that, Java should already be there, because we all know, right? Spark is a Java based framework, so I'm not showing that because that is a basic setup. If you guys feel that you need that as well, please let me know in the comments. I will just mention the steps there as well, how you can do that, or I will just post a document in the GitHub where you can see that. Suppose that what I do is, see, this is what my Spark which I downloaded just now. This is actually not the one, the above one, the Spark review, right? I mean to say this one. See, this one. This is when I clicked, it got downloaded, that zip file. I unzipped it and I kept it in my download folder. You can place in your location anywhere you want. You can put it in your home, just name. You can put it in other locations of your choice. Next to that, these are the two lines, okay, for that. Now I have already installed Anaconda, right? Anaconda is also, as I told you, Anaconda also you do a dot slash that shell.sh, which is their file. You run that. Once you run that, next a GUI comes, you have to do next, and the location where you will create the folder and all that stuff, it will automatically take care. That's why I'm telling Anaconda, because it's easier for a beginner. Now once that is being done, right, so here we have to set the path like this. I will put all of these there with example how you have to do that, so that it becomes easier for you. SCALA you forget as of now, because SCALA I am not setting in this video. I will do a separate video for that SCALA setup. Now you have to do another thing, which is you have to set the Python path, this variable. These are all like variables which you do in the Windows, right? You set up variables, same concept here. This next to that is when you do a default PySpark, which IDE or which thing will open. So Jupyter Notebook will open. If you don't know, Jupyter Notebook is something like basic thing which we do like for PySpark, and not only PySpark, Python when you are starting, right, as beginner. Jupyter Notebook is something which is given. We will see that just in a moment. What is that? So you have to set this notebook. If you don't set it, no problems. Then Jupyter Notebook will not open. That's how. Means once you do a PySpark, it will not open. I will just show you just now what that is. So next to that, what we will do is we'll just go and set another two variables, which is Anaconda's bin Python and also pylib. So this is wherever you have installed, right? Next you have done, it will ask for a path. That path where it is installed, that path is your this path, okay? Like for me, I'll just show you. For me, I have installed in this path. One sec. Sorry. Just showing the properties. See, I have installed in home bose, so you can install in some other location, and these all folders will look like this. These all things will be there inside that. Okay, so that path I am giving here, so that my PySpark is linked with my Python. Next to that, I do a pylib, and there I have to give the library path, so that it knows where my PySpark libraries are. Whichever here you are seeing hashed, those are commented actually. So this is my bashrc. Okay, now what you need to do is that whatever I will mention, I will mention my path, right? So you have to change corresponding your path, and you have to just save the file. That's all. Okay, and for anywhere when you are opening this file, which bash.rc, as I showed you, you suppose you want to copy paste, you have to do I, so that it comes in an insert mode. You go to the line wherever you want, you copy paste it, and then next thing you do is you just see that it should be properly aligned and all that. Like mine is aligned, mine is proper, and then you do a escape, and then colon WQ and exclamation, and then an enter, so it comes out by saving the file. So once it's saved, right, then another thing you need to do, see, the variables will not be picked up then and there. unless you do two things. Either you restart your laptop, or else you can, what you can do, source this one, source hash this bashrc. Once you do that, it will, the environment variables which you have defined, right, the path and all that, it will take care that point of time itself quickly, so you no need to restart it. Now I go to the other window. Now once I do PySpark, right, see, this is a Jupyter notebook actually, as because I mentioned the Jupyter, so this one opens up. Okay, and one thing you do, always use Anaconda 3 with PySpark 3, because the versions are important. You go to the Anaconda, some old version, and then you try to do with Spark 3, then you will have problems. So this is Jupyter notebook. Anyhow, this is also kind of an IDE where you can do many things. You can do a new, and you can do a file. I'll just show you one how you can do that. Right, so you do that, and then you can type here, and you have to go next. The problem here is that you have to always go to the next like that, like this it will open. So once you do one block, right, these are called blocks. Once you do the block, then it will go to the next and next like that. So I'm not showing this because generally we do not use this. Okay, something like you would have observed, something was connecting, that is the kernel. Sometimes kernel issue comes, it is dead, or some message will be coming. That means you are having a problem, something like a permission or something, some other issue. Okay, so once you do, you have to be like, here the problem is you have to do an import, and in one line you write the import, next line you go and you write your like say spark is equal to session and that. So one by one line you have to do, but it is very helpful while you are doing something like a graph and all, because we will see that another detail why this one is helpful for this graphs and all, right? So for that we have to know another thing to know why this is helpful, right? So for the time being I will just close it because it's of no use for me. And anywhere you go Linux, if you do control Z, means it's closed. So now I come to this one. Okay, so now that our purpose of setting the environments is done. Next is I will just set the something called Pycharm. Pycharm also is an IDE which is from JetBrains, like IntelliJ and all for SCALA users they use, right? And Java also you guys do. Likewise, I have already installed it. So for installation of it, of Pycharm, that is also very simple activity. I would say you have to just go to this site. I will just give that link also, and you have to install the community edition, because professional edition costs for Pycharm. So that's why you have to go for the community edition. And community edition, the problem is that the scientific calculation and all that stuff, and few things like graphs and all, many times are not there, not inbuilt. That's why I was telling that Jupyter notebook is sometimes helpful, because what happens is, but although having said that, right, if you are going for say production and all, then your Jupyter notebook will not come to a question, because that point of time what happens is you have to run some script and all, right? That for that you need a IDE. This Jupyter notebook is, say you want to analyze the data, see what is the graph and whether the distribution of the data is proper or not. For that Jupyter notebook is generally used. Okay, now coming to the point of Pycharm. Pycharm also you will go click here, it will download. Okay, it is a little big version, all these like 300-400 MB, so that's why I'm not downloading them right away, because it will take some time and all that, right? So once you click this, you will again get a zip. That zip will, when you unzip, it will have a .sh. Okay, .sh will be there, some file. So what you have to do, you have to again go till that path, wherever it is downloaded and extracted. Extracting is also right click and extract. So there you go, within that then do like this, and whatever is the file name, whatever file name is, the one file name will be there .sh. so .sh, once you do, it will start running and opening GUI and all that stuff, and Pycharm will be opened. Okay, so once Pycharm is installed, right, it will come to your window here, Ubuntu 18.4 or 20, anywhere it will come, and it is saying it is a community edition, it's not a professional edition. Okay, so next to that, what you need to do is you need to go to your settings, you need to go to your project structure. Okay, right click means click this, the add content, and you have to add two files. Now what are those two files, two zips? Those two zips are the Spark we have downloaded, right? That Spark, inside that there will be a Python folder, inside that there will be a lib folder, and inside that lib folder, right, there will be two zips. One will be this pyspark.zip and one will be this py4j.zip. Once these two you are downloaded and you're done with, right, then means you have to add here, add, then a window will come, like I will show you. See, like I have done here, window will come wherever your installation is. Like for me, the installation is here, right? So here I will go, then I will go to my Python. Within that, okay, within that I am going Python, then I will go to the lib. See, there are two zips, so these two zip I will just select and do OK, so it will be added. It is already added for me, so I am not adding it again. Okay, now once you do that, you can create one basic, created actually a basic something. Yeah, you can do a basic, like basic this thing Python, which does not use, like we had done a hello world.py, right, hello spark.py. That one you can run, and once you run that, it will give you proper this thing, a proper output. Okay, just a second, I will just see where the file is and try to show you guys how it runs. Okay, so I was just seeing some detail. So what I was telling, we will be running the file, right, which we have, like our hello world dot. So this is our hello world, and to just run, right click and run. So it will tell you where the interpreter path is. We have installed, right, that Anaconda. Okay, and it will go, it will execute stages and all, and this is the output. Now one thing to remember here is that how do you check your path is proper or not? You can check the Python interpreter here. If you want to see, this is my base, the option will come, you have to select, like once you click this, right, then add will come. You can select both ways, you can select the existing something and you can select the new, like this. So mine is this one, I've selected and it had run through. Okay, and another thing just wanted to show you guys before closing the video. See, if you have a version, right, how do you check what is your Python installation? Anaconda is installed, but you have to do this one, which the Python minus version, it will tell you the version name. And if you want to see that what is the location, which installation it is using, that is the interpreter path, right, you have to do which, so you will get that. So for me this is the interpreter and this is the version. And one thing, that Spark, right, Spark I have installed 3, so that version of that Python should match the version of Python which is installed by Anaconda, which is 3.7.3. If it doesn't happen, then you will get an error that the worker nodes and the driver Python version does not match. So your Python installed in the machine should match with the one that is installed by that Spark zip, right? And another thing, this is one thing, and another thing wanted to show you is, if you want to update, right, your Anaconda, you can do with this conda update Anaconda. So it will be in the latest version. It will install all the libraries and updated library versions. That is one part of it. And another thing, yeah, so once you install, as I was telling, right, I have installed here, this is the file, Anaconda file that will be installed. That is your first step. So first step is Anaconda installation. Second step is you need to configure your Spark by installing that zip which I showed, and I will give that link also. And last thing is you have to do the Pycharm integration, and bash.rc also comes into picture, which is setting the environment, okay, environment variable. And when you do setting the environment, also do that source command so that the environment variables get refreshed. Now this is my file, so what I have to do is I have to come to this location. I'm just showing you how you will install in your case, okay. So what you will do, you will do bash, and then you will put this file in, okay. So you will copy this and you will just paste it here, correct. So it will start installing your version, and it will ask you enter for an agreement that okay, you are okay with the agreement. This is anyhow community version, and next to that you have to give the path. That path, if you have already installed by mistake, it will ask you whether it will override or else it will be the same one, right? So that is the way it has to be. So I think this covers most of the installation and the thing by which you can get the details. Fine, okay, then I'm closing today's session. So hope you will be ready with the environment and able to run the Pycharm like I am doing. Pycharm IDE you will be able to run. Okay, thank you, and let me know in case you guys have any question. Thank you.